Hey Libra, thanks for visiting. And I have a bit of a cold. You probably can't tell, it's not so bad right now, but my throat is a bit sore. I hope I don't cough. I have been coughing a bit and sneezing, so I hope I don't do that. If you're wearing earphones, you might have to be aware of that. Hopefully I won't, I'll try not to. And yeah, as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you would like to do. I don't mind. And yeah, I'm just going to start your reading right now for Libra. No more rubbish. The first card you have for your past is the Two of Pentacles. So I'm seeing a few things in this card. I'm seeing lots of different kind of upheavals, bit of emotional things going on with you, and some practical things as well in this card, a few different things. I'm seeing someone who is acting in a sort of a turbulent way, or a kind of irregular way, or something like that. Someone who is being quite difficult and difficult to speak to, difficult to understand. It was all like that. I think this was all going on behind the scenes. I don't think you told anyone that this is how they were acting, because I just think you weren't exactly sure what to do with this yet. So you're keeping things quiet, kind of thinking, oh, I can't say anything yet because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. And you know, I think you'll definitely do something about this with this person, because I think this has really been bothering you. It's kind of been escalating. And I think when they started acting like this, it was kind of a bit subtle. You might have seen a little hint that they were going to be a little bit like this here and there. It wasn't too bad, and you sort of brushed it off as being a one-off or a little thing. But then it kind of escalated. It kept increasing. It kept on getting worse, bigger, more obvious, and really bothering you. You tried to tell them. They kept on getting worse and worse. And I think if you don't do something about this, it's going to keep on getting even worse, and it might lead to something quite serious or a disaster. So, you know, something does have to be done. I know this is in the past, so maybe you have done something about this, but I am seeing a warning in this. And I think another reason why you weren't doing anything about this yet, you're kind of just keeping quiet about this, was because you had some kind of money ups and downs, or some kind of irregular money thing going on. And I think this was a kind of a transition time for you in terms of money. I think, you know, you had to spend some money up front, and that was to save some money later, if that makes sense. So, you know, it was kind of like you knew you'd get the money back, or you'd earn it back, but in the meantime you kind of had to make do with what you had until that was all over. And I'm getting this feeling that there are probably going to be a few more financial hits for you coming up again in the future, and I think you know that. I think you know when they are. I think you know what they are. I think you know how much it is. So you all have that kind of, you're kind of ready for that. So logically you're ready for that, but I think emotionally you don't. You know, it's a horrible feeling, and I know it is. You know, when you have less money, it's like, oh, it's this terrible feeling. And so that's how you're feeling, kind of up and down and all of that. But yet logically I think you knew this was going to pass eventually, or this is going to pass eventually. And the other thing I'm seeing around this is moving, or wanting to move, or wanting to be somewhere else. I don't know if you're moving home or offices, maybe you're helping someone else move, or maybe it was that you wanted to move or someone else wanted to move. So it's that kind of thing I'm seeing there. And you know, there are a lot of practical things you had to get out of the way before you were able to face what was going on with that person. That's definitely what I'm seeing there. So yeah, the next card you have your past is the World. So again, I am seeing some kind of moving, traveling. The world can be about that. It can be about world travel, or just going somewhere different. So I think, well, you might have been thinking of moving away from this person. It might have been that because they were very difficult. This is someone, you know, this person is someone you are close to. You're close to them. You might even live with them. Maybe not, but you're definitely very close to them. I think this actually might be a love connection. It might be a relationship that's kind of coming to an end or not very happy. It's something like that, because there are a lot of unhappy feelings with their behavior. I think you're the calming one out of the two usually, and they're very kind of turbulent, very mixed up. There's a lot of mixed up feelings around this. I think you might have actually already been halfway out the door, at least in your mind. And yeah, I keep on seeing you knowing their behaviour is unacceptable, knowing something has to be done one way or the other, and also knowing that if you're away from them permanently, you'd feel a lot better, a lot freer actually. Because look at how free this woman looks. She's floating, she's in the sky. And the big thing about this is she's given this freedom to herself. She's given herself this freedom. So, you know, because there are two small ones in her hands, and they're the same ones that you see in the Magician. So it's like she's manifested this freedom for herself. And that's what you have to do. That's the message of this card. You have to manifest, I should say, and manage this freedom for yourself to be able to get out of this or resolve this in some way. And yeah, this has been building up for a long while. It's becoming more and more unacceptable, their behavior more difficult, bothering you, upsetting you, all of that kind of thing. And now you've got this reminder here telling you to manifest your own freedom. And because you're getting this reminder now, even though this is in the past, it's telling me that you might still be going through this right now. So something has to be done about this. So I'm seeing that again. I hope I don't sound bossy. When I see these things and I see bad situations, I have to say. So yeah, the last card you have your past is the Sun. Yeah, again, look at the child on this card. I know this is a positive card, it is, but when I look at this child, it's making me think about how this person was behaving, really childishly and a bit selfishly. It's like they want their own way, like a child. If you go into a toy shop or you know, where there's sweets or something, and they say, I want that, and they start carrying on like that, and of course the last thing you do is give them the thing if that's how they're behaving, because you don't want to reward that bad behavior. And that's how they were behaving. So this is making me think about this really childish behavior, and that they just want their own way. They want their own way. And also, again, this is really strange because I'm seeing this traveling. It's just coming up in my head again. They want their own way and traveling. So I'm getting this feeling that they might not be happy where they are location-wise. They might be feeling as if, you know, they might be far away from their family, or they might just be not happy where they are. And I think they're trying to get you to do something about how they're feeling. They're like, oh, you do this for me, you help me. It's something like that. It's not their problem. I mean, what I mean is it is their problem. It's a problem for them to solve. Sorry, it's not your problem, it's their problem. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not your problem, this is their problem. They're behaving childishly again, trying to get you to solve their problems. You're not their parent and they're not the child. They should be able to solve their problems for themselves. I'm seeing a little bit of avoidance around this too. I think you might have gotten away from all of this temporarily a few times, and you felt a lot freer while you're away and a lot happier, like this card, while you're away. That's temporary, that's not permanent. You need to make a permanent change so that you'll be happy and free all the time, not just temporarily. You're going to have to work very hard to get the breakthrough that I'm seeing in this card, because this child's broken through this wall. You're going to have to work very hard to get this breakthrough so that you can move away from this, because this child has moved away from the wall, or it's moving away, and that's what you have to do. Move away, break through and move away, and then you'll get the freedom I'm seeing in the World card. So the first card you have your present is the Page of Swords. Okay, so something really interesting is happening here. It's kind of an interesting juxtaposition between the past and the present. It's quite interesting, and between two people I'm seeing here. So I'll try and explain what I'm seeing. It's a bit It's a bit confusing. Hopefully you'll understand what I'm talking about. You probably won't, but I'll try my best. So I think there's someone you used to think was a really big problem or a troublemaker or something. They caused you some problem. But I think at this time you're going to start to see them in a new way. Now, there was some incident, some big incident that happened, and I think this happened quite a while ago, a long time ago. And I think you were really hurt by this incident. I think this involved a lot of people. I'm seeing a big group of people. And you really felt as if you were thrown out or put to one side or, thrown out of the group. Now, I think you're going to come to realise that one of these people either wasn't involved or they weren't directly involved in whatever happened. And I don't think you saw that at the time. I think you just saw these people, you were really hurt, you distanced yourself, you got away from them, you might have cut a lot of these people out of your life. And I think now you're sort of being forced to rethink about all of this for some reason. Maybe it's, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but maybe because you're having these problems with this person, this love connection in the Two of Pentacles, that might be making you think about how you react to people, how you deal with, love and relationships and friendships and all of that kind of thing. Whether you deal with them properly, how you attracted this person into your life, what you can do. It's kind of just got you thinking about all of that. And then I think what's happening is it's getting you to think about this incident. And this incident in your life, this big incident that hurt you, was a big turning point in your life. So you might be thinking about that. And I think what's going to eventually happen is, I think you will probably connect again at some time with this person again who was one of this group. It's probably going to start off a bit low key, probably online. You'll probably start talking to them because this is the Page of Swords. And I think you're going to start to talk to them a little bit more, and eventually you're going to meet them. That's what I'm seeing. And you're going to have to travel to meet them as well. There's more travel here as well. There's travel all over this reading. And it's really interesting because as your opinion of this other person in the Two of Pentacles goes down, your opinion of this person goes up from where it was. So, and this is something you'd never, ever thought would ever happen. You never, ever thought you'd talk to any of these people ever again. You were done with them. You thought you'd wiped your hands of all these people. So everything's kind of turning around in the opposite direction to the way it was. Everything really is. Your whole, your outlook about yourself, other people, everything. And that's what happens sometimes. When you have the World card in your reading, it can be about big endings, big beginnings. And what often happens is, your perceptions of other people start changing. Your perceptions of yourself starts to change as well. And that's when these big changes start to happen in your life. This is going to be a big turning point for you, and you're going to start to feel a lot stronger in yourself. Also, you're going to have a lot more understanding of yourself and of other people. So it's a really important time in your life, a really interesting turning point again. And I think because you're having this turning point, that might be why you're kind of remembering this old turning point in your past. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that all makes sense to you. So the next card you have for your present is the Knight of Wands. Yeah. So again, here's this turbulent person. They were in the Two of Pentacles. Here they are again. This knight's kind of out of control, jumping up and down. So I think what's going to happen is, because of this Page of Swords, what I was seeing in the Page of Swords and the World card, definitely the World card, you're gradually starting to get your confidence back. You're starting to get your strength back. And you're getting all this back so that you can tackle this situation now. So I think it's probably time to tackle this old love connection, this difficult person. So if this is what I'm seeing, if this is resonating, just be a little bit careful around them. They're not going to sit there and listen to what you have to say and then walk off quietly. They're not going to do that. And I think you know that. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why you left this for so long. There are other reasons as well, but you just didn't need this. But yeah, you're going to have to be careful of looking for explanations. Don't ask them for explanations of things, because you're not going to get a straight answer from them. They're not going to give you that the answer you need. They're going to sort of be all over the place, not sticking to one topic, up and down, everywhere, just like this horse jumping up and down, out of control. So just be careful not to let the conversation get out of control. I think going into this, you're going to have to be really clear about what you want, and you're going to have to be really clear in your own mind about what you want the result to be. I think you're going to have to stick to all the main points. Don't let them go on and about unnecessary things, because it's just not going to help anyone. I know that might sound a bit harsh, because I know they do have problems, I know that, but you know, I keep on seeing this childishness in them, and when you have a child and they're not behaving properly, you don't want to give them attention for that. So, you know, just try not to give them attention. Try not to, if they go off topic and if they blame you and they call you names or say your things, try not to react to that. Stick to the points. You're the adult here, really, you are. And then, you know, move on. That's what I'm seeing. You have tried. You've tried to speak to them. It hasn't worked. This is the point you've come to. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your present is the Nine of Cups. So yeah, again, I'm seeing some traveling. So it might be you're traveling to see family at this time, and because I'm seeing family members who you haven't seen for a while. And I think this might be the time that you might start to reveal a bit of what's been happening between you and this love connection. Or they might be an ex by now. They will be at some time. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, you did have a lot of this hidden from them for a long time, from a lot of people, like this man's hiding things behind this curtain. Not because you wanted to, not because you wanted to be dishonest or anything like that, but you know, you just weren't sure what you were going to do about this. So, you know, for example, if you went to talk to your parents and you said, oh, we're having all these problems, they're a terrible person, this and that, if you decide to go back to them, then, you know, these relatives or your parents or whoever have this horrible idea of them, and that's going to kind of wreck things. So I think before you tell these people, you know, before you're going to tell these people, you have to kind of make sure that you're 100%, this is 100% what you want to do. I know I'm stumbling my words, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so you are going to talk to some more people about this, people you feel safe around, and I think it is going to feel like a relief to you when you do this. I think you still have a lot of logistics to sort out. You're not going to suddenly start feeling better emotionally when you do distance yourself from this person. It's going to take time, but I think this is the beginning of what I was seeing in the World card, the beginning of freedom, the beginning of new things, and new outlooks and all of that. So this is a very, very positive card. It's like you're not hiding what's happened anymore, so you're going to come out, or you have already, this is in the present, and that's the start of you stepping out into this new life that I'm seeing in the World card. So the first card you have for your future is the Ace of Wands. So yeah, I think you're going to be revisiting quite a lot of your past, and yeah, and past connections as well. I'm seeing you spending a lot more time with family and with other people from your past as well, places from your past, all sorts of things like that. Now this person from your past who I was seeing in the Page of Swords, I think you're probably going to connect with them, and this might be the time that you do meet up with them or whatever. Now there are other people around them as well, groups of people. So, you know, I think you know some of these groups. It might be that this person introduces you to other people. You know some of these people, they are from your past. Some of them aren't, some of them are new people. I think there's going to be someone in this group or someone around the group, and I think this person's really physically attracted to you. Now, I think they are absolutely going to pursue you. I think they think you're absolutely amazing looking, really attractive, physically attractive. But I think you're going to be a little bit unsure of this. You know, you've just come out of this other situation, or you're about to, so I can see why you're unsure of this. But I think they might, you know, I think they might realize this. I think they're going to come forward to you. you're going to give them a kind of a message that you're not really ready or you're not interested or something like that. Then they're going to back off, and then they're going to wait for a while, and they'll come back in again to pursue you again. So don't worry about this. This isn't creepy, this isn't weird, it's not strange. They're not going to just message you out of nowhere or anything weird like that. These are people who you're meeting through someone else, you're seeing them naturally. So there's nothing false, there's nothing strange in any of this. So I wouldn't worry if I were you, it's going to be fine. So the next card you have for your future is the Emperor. Yeah, so I think maybe another reason why you're not going to want to get into anything yet with this person is because I think this situation around this ex-love in the Two of Pentacles, you're probably still going to be going through this process for a while with them. I'm not sure what stage you'll be at, but you know, separating from someone or whatever that is, or distancing yourself or completely severing ties, it takes time. You know, you don't just say goodbye and walk off. You have a lot of things to talk about, you have things to sort out. Quite often it's hard for one person, more difficult for one person. So there are a lot of emotions, it takes time, and then again it takes time to get over things. So sometimes there's backwards and forwards going on there. So I'm not sure what stage you're going to be at this time, but you know, I think they are going to keep on trying to talk to you after all of this is over and kind of and it settles down. They're still going to keep on trying, I think. They might even try to negotiate things with you, this ex. I have to say I don't think this is the right person for you, because I was really feeling this relief around you when you had time to yourself. And if you do love someone, you don't feel that when you kind of separate from them. You feel like, oh no, I want to be with them, you know. So that's indicating that to me. So again, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you know, be very careful not to get thrown back into this again, because I am seeing a lot of chaos around this person. And yeah, so be careful. Obviously make your own decisions, but I'm getting a lot of negativity around them. I don't think they're right for you. I have to say that, if that's what I see. So the last card you have for your future is the Three of Wands. So here's this person again, this ex, and yeah, you are really going to try and move on. You're going to try and move forward. They're going to try that as well. They really are. Eventually they are going to move on, definitely, for sure. But yeah, they're going to miss you. They're going to miss you. But what they really miss is the attention. I have to say that. I am seeing that. So I don't want to make you paranoid. There's nothing horrible that's going to happen that they're going to do or anything or say, but expect to see some texts or messages or something coming in from them, maybe at strange times, like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. They're going to really miss the attention, and it's at those times, like in the night when they can't sleep, that they're going to want to text you. Oh, I really miss them, and then they're going to text you. So it's that sort of thing that's going to be happening. They're really going to be craving your attention. So just watch out for that. That's what I'm seeing there. So Libra, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person. But again, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you like to do, and thank you so much for watching.